Hey, hello guys, welcome back. So this is the first exercise that they have in this course, which is inspecting data frame. So they have already given this homelessness data frame loaded in this uh, environment. And if you want to see or inspect the data, we need to use a function called head, so which will display first 5 rows of the data frame. So why 5? Because it's a default value is 5. If you want to see any particular number, that we need to give over here, like 5 or 10, 20, whatever the number that you want, we can mention that here. Okay. And moving on to the next one. So in this exercise they have multiple questions, I can say. And the next one is info. Okay, so info will give you the information about the data frame, so you can read the comment here. Okay, so info of that particular data frame. So if you want to see that exactly what is the info, you can run that and see here. See so this particular data frame, they have like 5 columns here, and the region is like 51 values are there, non-null. That means everything, I mean every column has non-null, and that means every column has a data, I mean valid data they have. And if you want to know the data type of each column, you can see that here in the third column, object float 64 and in 64. Okay, so that's about that. And moving on to the next one, shape. So shape will tell you so how many rows and columns that this particular data frame has. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward exercise. I don't want to spend too much time on it, and if you have any questions, please mention in the comment section below. And the last one, this is a little informative, I would say, so which will give you the description of the data frame. Okay, so what is the description? You can run and then see it here. Okay, when you run it, see here, so they have 3, right? I mean you might have remember here. So from this, so they have 3 numerical values or columns, right? So for those things, it will give you the statistics. Okay, like how many numbers are there. See, individuals there are 51, rows are there, and even for family members and state population. And coming to the mean median, okay, mean, it is giving a standard deviation, minimum, what is the minimum value of the particular column. Okay, and even what is the 25% of the data, I mean the values count, and the maximum, what is the maximum value. So this is, I mean you can see some statistics about the data frame using this describe method. Pretty good, I would say it. So maybe, so that's it about this exercise. Okay, so let's move on. And here in this one, so in this exercise we will learn parts of a data frame. Okay, so let's say something like you want to know the values of in the data frame, and if you want to only see the columns and what are the indexes, so those things we can, I mean, explore it here. This is also pretty straightforward exercise, so you can just take a look at it here. Okay, so let me run this code and then show you here. See here. Okay, so when you run the indexes and all, you will come to see. I can show you that. I mean, instead of see, when you do something like index, it will show you what are the index values of this data frame. So it is starting from 0 to 50. It has, okay. So you might have remember, right? So it has 51 rows. Similarly, when you type this homelessness columns, it will show you how what are the column names basically. Okay, so it has columns like region, state. It's the same thing. Okay, so that's it about this exercise. Moving on. So in the next one, they have a video, short video regarding sorting and subsetting, so which we are not going to cover in the video. Okay, so let's move on to the next exercise, which is sorting rows. Okay, so this exercise also has 5 sections. I mean 3 instructions, sorry. So in the first instruction, we just need to see the head of the given data source, and before that they have a sort values. Okay, so if you want to sort any data frame by any column, we need to use this function called sort values over here. Okay, see here, sort values and the column name here. So that's how you sort it. And moving on to the next instruction. So here again we have sorting this homelessness data frame by family members, and this time this will be a descending order. Okay, so how it is descending, because we are saying ascending is equal to false, so which means it is obviously the opposite of ascending is descending. Okay, so that's how you sort the values of a data frame. Okay, so it's up to you. I mean, uh, it's depending upon your requirement whether you want ascending order or descending order, and which column you want to use it for sorting. Okay, but in this particular exercise, so we have to use this family members column, and the ascending should be false. And moving on to the final instructions that they have. And yeah, so here, see, sort homelessness by region and then descending family members. Okay, so that means this time we are going to solve sort the data frame by two columns. It's not like one column, two columns, but even the ascending order is also different. He clearly mentioned here descending family members. So that means, uh, see here, so for sorting values we have two parameters passed here. Okay, so one list with the column names, other one is ascending values here. So region is true here, ascending, that means the region will be in the ascending order and the family members will be in the descending order. So that's what they have asked here. Okay, so that's how, I mean, we can sort the values in a data frame. I hope you guys are, yeah, catching up with me, I mean, what I'm discussing here. If you have any doubts, please mention in the comment section below. I mean, definitely me or someone else will definitely try to help you out. Okay, and if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe. That will be a great motivation to me. Okay, so let's move on to the next exercise. And in this exercise, we will learn about subsetting columns basically. So how do we subset a column? Okay, so you remember, right? So this is the homelessness data frame. Okay, so if you print out, I mean, see the head of it, it has too many, not too many, yeah, it has around 51 rows and 5 columns. And let's say something like you want to subset by columns, that means you want to only the individual column. So that time what we can do is we can directly use homelessness of individuals. That time what will happen, right? Only this particular column will be pulled out from the data frame. We need to remember one thing is we are not modifying the existing data frame here. It is only you are taking the slice of it. So we know list slicing in Python, right? Similarly here also. So we are not actually modifying the data frame. We are only taking the data which is required for us. Okay, and finally we have to show the head of that particular new series that we have created here. Okay, so this is also a pretty straightforward exercise. And moving on to the next one, here we are slicing or subsetting for two columns. See, previously, I mean, we have only pulled the data for individuals column, right? Now I want for two columns. So see, if you have more than one column, we need to use uh, nested list, okay, for subsetting it. So this is how, this is the syntax basically. Okay, this is also pretty straightforward. Moving on to the last instruction in this exercise, which is here also select only the individuals and state columns in that order. So these are the same like a previous question only, but the order is different here. Okay, so try to understand these things. I mean, again, if you have any doubts, please let us know. Moving on to the next one. See, in this exercise again, we are going to learn more about subsetting rows. So here it is basically about the conditions. Okay, so see, previously we have seen, let's say something like you want only individuals columns data, or you want only the state columns data or region column data. So that time we have directly used that value in the square brackets over here. Okay, but let's say something like you have a condition. Okay, you have a condition where like the individuals, okay, where individuals are more than 10,000. Okay, only that data you want. In that case, we can directly give this condition else. This is, see, I mean, pretty easy basically. Okay, so data, I mean, pandas data frames are pretty, I mean, I would say they are well designed data structures. Okay, so directly we can give that condition over here. And moving on to the next instruction in this exercise, here they want only the people coming from mountain region. Okay, so in this case, we have to have this equal symbol for mountain. Okay, this is also straightforward. And moving on to the next one, here multiple conditions. So when you have a single condition, that is easy, but even multiple also, we can use our regular ampersand symbol or and operator for using nested or multiple conditions here. So but only one thing we need to remember is this parentheses actually. So those are very important yeah, for us, otherwise it will not work. So initially I tried without parentheses and it was giving me the error. And so please try to remember these parentheses before using this and operator here. Okay, so that's about this exercise, guys. Moving on. And here also, this is also more about subsetting rows by categorical values. Okay, so this means let's say something like earlier we have multiple conditions, right? So if you have multiple conditions, we can use easin also. So easin is another function basically. So it works like an in operator in list. So you remember, right? So if you want to check if there is a element is there in a list or not, that time what you do something like this, right? So let me show you the example here. Ta-da. Yeah, so 12 in something like a list, you have 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so if it is there, you will get true, otherwise you will get false. So similarly, this will also work. The is in operator, or you can say a function, will work. So we want the data where region is in South Atlantic or Mid Atlantic, only that particular data we want it. Okay, so that we can get it using this one. So let's move on to the next instruction in this exercise. So this is also see in the previous instruction we have given the values explicitly here for the easin, but in case if you want to define a list and then you want to pass it on here, that is also completely fine. So this is how you do it. If you have more than two values, I mean it is a little, I mean not readable, right? If you pass too many of elements to this single line of code. So that's the reason we have to, I mean they have asked us to define a new variable and then pass those values here. Okay, so that's about this exercise. And moving on. So here there is a short video about new columns, and which we are not going to cover because we are only concentrating on the exercises. Okay, so now in the next exercise we will learn about adding new columns to a data frame. So let's see this. So in case if you want to add any new column, it is straightforward. I mean, like just like your dictionary, right? So what do you do? I mean, if you want to add a new element, the dictionary key, directly you do, right? So dictionary of some key and then value. Automatically, the Python will create a new entry in that particular dictionary. Similarly, in data frame also. So if you want to create a new column, you can directly specify that. So total. So if it is not available, it will create and then assign the values that we are passing it from the right hand side. Okay, so if it is there, it will update it. So that's it. It's pretty straightforward. So that is what we are doing it here in this exercise. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So here this is like a final exercise for this particular unit, and here we have to it's a combo attack. They named it as a combo attack exercise. That means we are going to combine all the things we learned in this entire unit. Okay, so here basically we need to follow this add. See here, create new column here as homelessness individuals per 10K first state. Okay, so let me show you the answer here. So this is the answer that we are looking for. So see here. So this is how we have to complete this one. So that's it, guys, for this unit, I guess. So there are no more questions in this. I mean, exercise in this unit. So let me see this. Yeah, exactly. So I will take a break here, and in the next video we will discuss about the next unit. Till then, take care.